Welcome everyone. And thank you for joining our session today at the HVAC Marketing School. Today we're going to talk about one of the most confusing topic in the marketing right now. It also confuses me sometimes. So it's content creation in the AI era. Last time we spoke about AI rankings, and for many years, the advice was relatively simple. So create service pages, write blog posts, add keywords, publish regularly, and this is the winning tactic. But AI has completely changed the conversation and the process. Every week, we and you may hear something different, like AI will replace copywriters. We don't need them anymore, or you can generate hundreds of articles with ChatGPT in one day and save money and also be very fast. Google may penalize the AI generated content and it may kill your website. This is what you may hear on my webinars. And blog posts are dead, but they are still getting some traffic, of course. And the video is now more important than text. And you don't need content anymore at all because AI answers everything. And it doesn't make sense to even maybe invest in your website. And as a result, many HVAC business owners are genuinely confused. Should I continue investing into website, into content? Should we hire a copywriter? Should we hire a photographer or videographer? Should we let AI create everything, not people, not humans? And how do we build this process? Should our technicians do this and be involved? Or like me as an owner, should I do this all? Or do we still need blog articles and videos and photos and reviews and case studies or PR? Or we just need all of it, all I mentioned above. And most importantly, what kind of content actually helps an HVAC company get found and recommended today? That's exactly what we're going to figure out today together. And I'd love also to hear from you from the very beginning. Let's make it interactive from right now. We have a chat for your information. We have a chat on any platform you're watching this webinar on YouTube or socials or StreamYard as a basic platform. Let's chat and make this meeting interactive. So please share what your biggest challenge with content is right now. Just type one word in the chat. Is it ideas or time or AI or copywriters or consistency, the process, maybe the cost or something else? Type just one word. So great. Yeah. While you're typing, I continue. I saw some answers already. So the good news is that you are definitely not alone. And we hear the same questions almost every day from HVAC owners and marketing teams. So today we're gonna separate myth from reality, what's true, what's not true, and we will start with the biggest misconceptions about content and the AI and the rankings. And then also we'll answer the questions that almost every HVAC company is asking, like, can AI write entire service pages and blog posts and for all of my website? Or how can Google actually detect AI generated content? What counts as a content today overall? And who should actually create content inside an HVAC company? The owners, the technicians, the office team, a copywriter, or an SEO agency, or an AI? And what type of content do Google and AI system trust the most? What should we focus on? And what kind of content can hurt your website? And so on. So finally, I'll share a practical 90 days action plan that you can start implementing tomorrow. And the presentation itself will take about 35 to 40 minutes. After that, we'll have a plenty time for Q&A. So if you have a question, if a question comes to your mind while I'm speaking, don't try to remember it. Just drop it in the chat, and we'll either answer it during the presentation if it fits the topic right away, or we'll come back to it during the Q&A session at the end. Just a second, I will check the chat once again. Boom. Yeah, guys, consistency, ideas, Also what we're solving for, even for our company. And coming back, coming back to the presentation, quick intro quick intro about me. So for those who doesn't know me, I'm not a tourist here. I'm 15 years in marketing. With the last several years, focused heavily on HVAC and home service businesses. I run NetRocket. It's an HVAC only agency. We also run the HVAC marketing school. This is it. This is a free training for contractors and home service business owners. You're in the lesson number 8 right now. This year, we do it online and we do it also offline. And you'll find me in person at the main HVAC events like HR, ACA. We can meet in Service World this autumn and some of the local events too. And I host a YouTube podcast for you. It's called 8-Figure HVAC Brands, where we talk with founders building sustainable businesses in the trade, and they share how they scale their companies and build brands. So this may be also interesting for you to check it out. And before we start talking about the content, let's remind ourselves why we are creating content in the first place. So because I think it's easy to lose sight of the real goal in marketing, like all of us, we do it sometimes, and in business as well. So we're not creating content just to publish another blog post. We're not creating content just to rank another page. We are not creating content just because Google says or AI or we think that we should. And we're definitely not creating content just to impress the ChatGPT or Perplexity or our competitors. None of those things may pay bills. And what we actually want is much simpler, and it's the same. We need just more phone calls, more estimate requests, more book jobs, and more profitable installations. So, as well, more maintenance agreements and more revenue in the end of the sales funnel, which we build constantly. That's the goal. That's the main goal. And content is simply one of those tools, the main tools that helps us get there, get to that revenue and to that profit. As you can see on these slides, our clients already received the real visibility inside AI platforms. And what's more importantly, that we are seeing real leads coming from ChatGPT and the other AI assistants since last year. That's becoming more and more active. But here's something I want to emphasize. AI is not replacing Google. AI lasts, at least not today. So I think that it will be more and more, but not today. So the vast majority, you can see this on your analytics, on your lead generation, in your CRM. If you check the sources, you'll see the same picture. So Google and also Google-related sources are still the number one sources for the lead generation. So like directories, Google Maps, Google Search, like your website, and AI is becoming another important source of visibility. I hope you also have some leads from ChatGPT and other AI platforms. And by the way, let's make it one more time interactive. Drop the comments in the chat if you have already received the leads from ChatGPT or AI before, if you track them or not, because some of you may receive those leads, but if you don't track them, you don't see that. And don't think about content, coming back to content, as something you just have to produce every week. Of course, we have to do this, and of course, we have to organize this process. But think about it as a business asset, an asset that builds trust, improves your rankings, generates leads, and increases your chances of being recommended by AI. And one more idea I have: don't create content to rank, create content to help customers and to match the intent. So rankings are simply a byproduct of that. What goes first, and then what goes after that. And before we dive into the content, into the details, I want to spend just a minute looking at the bigger picture of AI ranking factors. So why we need content to rank, and not only to rank, but to receive those leads and revenue. Because content is only one part of how AI decides which HVAC companies to recommend. And you can see here an example of one of our clients from San Ramon, California. They have been ranking very well in AI since last year as well. As we discussed in our previous webinars, we did that already. AI looks at hundreds of signals. And in this case as well, So we started working with SEO, and then we started doing not just regular SEO, not the classic one, but that one what we usually do with a lot of other factors. And this is what we got. And all of those factors which we're working right now, and you should also pay attention to that, they just fit into four major categories. So number one, your foundation. It's your website, your Google business profile, your Yelp, your Thumbtack, local directories, social profiles, everything that proves your business exists online. And number two is reviews and reputation, and not just how many reviews you have, but their quality and the freshness and your reputation across multiple platforms, and the dynamics of those reviews are coming in. And number three is content. That's a big thing, and this is exactly what today's webinar is about. I promised last time to go deeper into the content, so this is what we're doing, because content is everywhere, and it's on your website, it's inside your service pages, it's in FAQs, it's in photos, in the videos, in YouTube, in Facebook, in Reddit, in directory descriptions, in case studies, in technician bios, even customer reviews. It's our content. It's the UGC, we call it the user-generated content. And finally, the fourth, the big part is brand and trust and authority. Probably the hardest thing to build, but often the biggest competitive advantage is a ranking factor. And if you have attended one of my previous webinars, you are probably hearing me saying that AI doesn't rank websites. That was the idea. AI ranks trusted businesses. And I believe that's true. And but today I want to go one level deeper to the content. How does AI decide where your business is trustworthy? And one of the biggest answers is your content. Your content is it used to be like in SEO and classic SEO 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like content is a king. That's exactly why I wanted to dedicate an entire webinar to this topic, because content influences almost every ranking factor on this slide, and great content improves your website and conversion as well. And great content helps your Google profile rank and get more leads from it. And great content builds authority, and great content strengthens your brand, and it connects almost everything else where we're looking at here. And before we continue, guys, I'd love to know who is with us today, who is in the room, and also to welcome you to the stage. So drop your city into the chat. You know already that we have a chat, and you have also a chat in all the platforms. Just send your city, send your website into the chat. I want to see who is here with us today. And if you are not in HVAC, tell us what trade you're in. I know we have people registered from all over the country today. I saw registrations from San Jose and Bay Area, as always, also Los Angeles and Phoenix and Dallas and Chicago and Miami and Philadelphia, as always, also, and Boston and Seattle and Tampa. Pronto Service Pros. Keith, if you're here, let me know. And today's examples will mostly be HVAC, and that's our primary industry. But honestly, yeah, if you're from the other trade, just also mention that into the chat. This will be interesting to see. Almost everything we discuss in our HVAC marketing school applies to local service businesses in general, because we work with homeowners, we target homeowners, and this is what we need. So just a second. All right, thank you for sharing, guys, and thank you for being here. Let's get into the fun part. Let's understand where homeowners actually discover HVAC companies today, and where do they find your business. So it's classic. It's Google search. It's still the biggest source, and Google Maps and the huge local intent and the local service ads. And Yelp is still very important in many markets. And now AI is becoming another discovery channel. And here's an important part. AI doesn't create information. AI just reads the information much faster than a human, a lot faster. You saw that. I'm sure that you speak to AI. And it reads your website, it reads your Google business profile, and all the reviews in the Google profile, and like all the sense of those reviews and the keywords and everything. And it reads Yelp and it reads reviews on Yelp. Doesn't matter if they're positive or negative. It reads Reddit, it reads YouTube, it reads comments on YouTube, and it reads social media, everything. It reads everything it can find about your business, and it does that 100%, 100 times better than any homeowner, any human. That's why content has suddenly become much more important. I believe that it was important before as well when we didn't have AI, but right now it's even more. So AI can only recommend what it can understand very well and trust. So let's start with the biggest myth. I hear people say AI killed content and copywriters and so on. So even a lot of our clients, they said in the beginning, like, "Oh, cool, we don't need to spend to copyright on copywriters anymore. We have AI." And I actually believe the opposite. And I believe that AI didn't kill content. AI killed generic content. AI made generic content more. What I'm thinking right now, but even with people with just human copywriters, we had a lot of generic content before, and that was the same issue and the same problem and the same risks for those who did that. And AI made great content more valuable than ever right now. This is what I see. If everyone can generate an average article, like a generic article, what's the value there? Then I believe that original expertise becomes your competitive advantage. And let's think about this and let's focus on this, because one more time, original experience, original expertise, you all have it. Maybe expertise is more or less the same, but experience is different. You all have that original experience, and not all of you share that experience. Please share again, share in the chat if you share that experience a lot or if you're somehow holding it, but you have it definitely. And here are the biggest mistakes we see today in the market, and this is what doesn't work. So publishing hundreds of AI articles and creating this kind of content doesn't work. Not doing technical markup of your website, and again, this is about content, marking up the content doesn't work. Fake reviews, fake facts, like we are the best company in the town, but with no proof, and stock photos and no videos. I still see that a lot. This is ugly, guys. Let's just check your website. Just check your website today and see if you have some of this. Ask your marketer to change it. Stock photos, no videos. Copying the same city page 40 times, but with the little adjustments. This is what also may kill your website. And just a lot of companies, or maybe not companies, you may not know the process. A lot of marketers and freelancers, maybe agencies, a lot of people, let's say it this way, trying to trick Google. But it's not possible, I think, already for a few years. And it still happens, but it's not possible if you're playing a long-term game. And AI is moving us right now very fast to the opposite direction. It wants proof, it wants real experience, it wants real expertise and real businesses, and like real operators and real people behind the top operators. This is what how they understand whom should we call and like who is the best in the area, who is the best in the city or in the town where you operate. And about the terms, the SEO, AEO, and the GEO, you may hear that a lot, buzzwords, and AI SEO, and I call it just search everywhere optimization. Honestly, I don't care much about the name. The goal is exactly the same: be visible everywhere customers search. The main idea is simple. Traditional SEO was mostly focused on helping your website content rank in Google. This is why we were working a lot on the content which is on the website only. But AEO focus on becoming the answer when somebody asks a question, and it uses different types of content and different platforms, not only the website. And the GEO focus on helping AI platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity understand, trust, and recommend your business. And it takes data also from multiple platforms, not only website. And here's my take. For local HVAC companies, the goal hasn't changed. You still want homeowners to find you when they need help. The difference is that today they might search on Google, tomorrow they might ask ChatGPT, and the next week, next month, they might use Gemini, Perplexity, or any other LLM which will appear. And that's why I prefer thinking about the search everywhere optimization, to show up everywhere. Homeowners are looking for you or for your services. It may be traditional Google search, Google Maps, Yelp if it's active in your area. It's YouTube, it's ChatGPT, it's Perplexity, like everywhere. Because homeowners don't care what platform they use. They just want a trusted contractor and a quality service for their house and of course the budget that fits into their, I don't know, expectations, because this is another, but this is a sales question. So another quick question, and attention, that's an interactive part. Get ready to participate and to share your ideas into the chat. What do you think AI reads? Website, reviews, videos, photos, any other ideas? Like, drop a few ideas into the chat. What do you think it's important? What do you think it's important for AI and for Google? Yeah, guys, thank you for sharing your locations in the websites. I see them. Thank you. What do you think it's important for ChatGPT, for AI, and for LLM models? What should we focus on in terms of content? And like, yeah, please continue sharing. I know some of you may drive or be at work. The answer and the bad news, I'll give you a couple more seconds before I answer. It's all of it. The bad news that it's all of it. It's complex. It's more complex than before. AI is trying to understand your business from every possible angle. This is the bad news. But again, this is the good news as well, because it's complicated, because not everybody can do this, and not everybody can produce the content on the high level, on the very high level, so to rank and to be number one in your area. And this is why the classic SEO and the website content, this is what we did before, a few years ago, and for the last time we were already creating more actions in different directions, just to, I believe that this is kind of transitional period. It was a transitional period, and right now we just have to, like all the businesses, we just have to move in all directions. And let me check once again if you have, yeah, if you have any other ideas to add, because you know why I'm inviting you to interact in the chat, because I believe that the participants, and you guys, you may have a lot of your own and local experience which you may share, and this is not only like me talking. When you share your experience in the chat, that's a big value for everybody who is here. So let's continue. What counts as a content? This is probably maybe the biggest takeaway from today. Most people still think content means writing blog articles on your website, and right now we can do more of them. That's no longer true. Content is everything that proves your business exists. It's starting back from the service pages, because most of the contractors and operators, they still have poor service page and poor content on the service pages, and this is where we need to start, of course. But also the FAQs, the pricing pages, the reviews, the photos before and after, the case studies, the videos, the video testimonials from your clients, the about us page is very important. The technician bios and owners and everybody from the team, even office people, certifications, license, all of them. press mentions, YouTube, social posts, community events, if you organize them or if you participate in them, um, different types of events. AI reads more than your website, and AI can read much more than just re- a regular human being as a regular homeowner. So if you have a chance, take picture of the slide and use it later. So you can use it later. You can check what types of content you're already using and what's missing in your content checklist. One, two, three, and we go further. All of this, Google calls this EEAT. You may heard about this a lot of times before. So this is experience, expertise, authority, and trust. And AI systems, they use exactly the same logic. Every piece of content should answer four main questions. Have you actually done this work before? And this is experience. This is where you just prove that you did this before. And the second question is, are you qualified to do it? Do you really have certificates and licenses and training and the team? This is very important. And the number three is, do other people recognize you in press, in associations, in the events, as we mentioned before? And number four is, can customers trust you? This is about reviews and guarantees and transparency of your business and the pricing. That's all of it. That's what we are going to break down right now in more details and examples. So just for your understanding that, yeah, this is very important to hit all four directions. So first is experience. Experience is probably the easiest signal to improve. You can start from there. Show real jobs, as in here, as in these slides, examples from this slide. Before and after photos, before and after videos, dates, locations. Explain what happened, what was the problem. Explain the solution which you made, which you offered. Even you can explain what was the price for that solution. AI loves evidence, AI loves details and statistics, and everything you can share, the more the better. And customers, they do love it too. Then expertise answer now the question, who actually performed the work. And don't hide behind the company logo. We understand this is important, but also just show your people, show technicians, show certifications, show licenses, show certifications by name, not just licensed and insured. um, Show trainings and pictures of trainings, not just say it, but show it really, and introduce real people, like in here on this example. Expertise create confidence. And again, right now what AI is doing is trying to understand as a human being. And I'm sure that the more we will trust AI, the more we'll delegate this process to AI to choose some contractor for our home service and for HVAC replacements or maintenance. So authority is, it's a bit different. Authority comes from other people talking about you, and it's maybe press, it may be manufacturers, associations, awards, podcasts, community events. AI trust third party validation much more than self promotion. And Google, by the way, Google do this as well, and for a few years already. They just, I remember the time when those websites which were saying that we are number one and we are the best, they were um, they just lowered their rankings. So yeah, this is very important. Something which is some content which is not placed on your website, like just third party. So this is an invitation for you, by the way. When you receive an invitation to our 8-figure HVAC brands podcast, just go for it. We didn't send it to everybody. Yeah, we just go step by step. But if you're, by the way, if you have a story to share with us, and if you want this, if you want to share that, and if you want this kind of new experience for you, or if you did that before, let's do this. Let's talk. Let's connect, and let's talk about your company and your business and how you build your brand, HVAC brand. And we also get your brand more visible with our help. And this is totally free. We just want to share that inside the community, and this is like people to people, peer to peer. We're sharing the knowledge and the experience which you got. Okay, so if you're open to that, let's connect, and or just chat, drop the message in the chat. We'll contact you after the meeting. Both ways work. Trust, finally. Trust is like it forms from reviews, guarantees, transparent pricing, contact information, privacy, consistency. Don't just show 5 stars. Show review. Show review text. You can, by the way, you can show it on your website. You can use the reviews which are placed on Google, Google on Google Maps, on Yelp, or other platforms, even from Thumbtack. You can use that all on your website, and sometimes you can even mix on other platforms. You can show the screenshots from the Google reviews, for example. So you can be very creative here. Show recent reviews, use widgets on the website, use these kind of screenshots, show reviews from different platforms, and cross it. This will work. So trust is cumulative, and it's very important. Let's look at a few real examples now, and here you'll see content that AI loves, and and the content which AI ignores. The difference is usually not that one article was written by AI and another one by a human. The difference is usually in originality and the value which is in that article. One may contain real examples and real experience, and the other simply rewrites information that already exists on thousands of other websites. And I'm sure you saw that already when you search for information. When you used to search for information, you could see a lot of this kind of websites, but we don't see them anymore, or we see them less and less. And the content may be thin on that article, or it doesn't make any sense or any value. So ask yourself, the easiest way is just ask yourself, could any competitor publish the same exact this exact page on their website? If the answer is yes, it's probably won't become a competitive advantage for your website. So don't do this. Check your pages, and just, if competitor can copy and paste and just changing their name, this is not what we want. Let's start with one of the most overlooked pages, and almost every HVAC website, the About Us page. Most companies write just 3-4 paragraphs about how they provide quality service, and no photos, no nothing. Nobody cares. Maybe they think that nobody cares about that page, but instead, I recommend you tell your story. Why did you start this business? Who are the technicians? Who are you? Like, what is your background? What certifications do you have? Do they have? Does your team have? Show faces, show trucks, show your warehouse, show your office, all the events we talked about. Even if you just participate in those events, this is what people want to see. And AI loves understanding who is behind the business. This is why I'm talking about the real people. Customers, by the way, they do love this too, and this may influence a lot. Not only rankings. When you got somebody on your website, this will and also other platforms. This will influence the conversion as well. So fix it first. I believe this is the cheapest win and the fastest win in the list. You may start from there. Content structure. Your service pages should answer real customer questions. If you'll check in your area, I guess you shared your websites and your areas. If you check your areas, even those guys who are still in the top, ranking in the top, you'll see that most of the location and area pages are generic. This is the opportunity for you, for your business. So don't just say we install heat pumps in San Francisco, as an example. Explain which brands, why San Francisco, which types of homes. The homes are very different in San Francisco. For example, if you know that area, if you're installing in Bay Area or San Jose, it's very different in San Francisco. And a lot of technicians, they don't want to go to San Francisco, or they go there and they say, okay, it's not possible. I cannot do this job, and they come back. And so there is a lot of uniqueness and originality in all your regions, and you may find it definitely. So you may talk about the typical prices as well, the financing options, then rebates, or even rebates if you remember some history, and you can explain why they're not active right now, and what are the rebates which they can use this moment. Installation process, maybe original, you may have some original process. Common mistakes homeowners make, or common mistakes you saw in the market. Frequently asked questions, FAQ, photos from actual products and actual streets. And this is, I mean it, use actual street names or something which is really local. Every service page should demonstrate local experience and local and expertise, of course, and local experience. FAQ. Talking about the FAQ pages, I know that AI loves this format because of AEO. They like to use it as an answer source, and uh, people also they ask AI exactly the same questions. Should I repair or replace my AC? And this is a good example of FAQ. This is this kind of questions you may use on your website or your platforms. How long does the heat pump last? Is uh, is a permit required in, I don't know, my area or my street? What's, or just for this kind of installation, what's the average installation cost? Also they're curious, and don't do QA like a lot of companies, they still have it on the website, like what is a heat pump, or why do, like some simple and those, I would say that this is the old school, old style SEO or Q&A things which are not relevant for 5 years and more. Build your content around real customer questions, and you have them already. Your sales team already knows those questions, your technicians hear them every day, and you have that in the reviews. You can pick like a lot of questions and a lot of Q&A each month, each day. And then the next step is the technical optimization, and don't create it's not creating the trust by themselves, but it helps AI understand your content faster. Think of schema org as labels. This is a review. You just show it. You just point. This is an FAQ. This is a service. This is an organization. This is a price, precise location. This is a price. It helps search engines and AI understand your website more accurately, and this also a part of your content creation and content strategy. So technical part is very important. For now, I think that it may be less important in a couple of years, but for now, we need to do this. Photos. What AI actually reads from an image? I believe like everything. They see that if the people are standing there, they see the trucks, they see the logos on the trucks, and you can see this right now when you publish a review to a Google Business Profile to somebody else. You'll see that they have already this description of what's inside the photo which you posted. So we need them. We need real photos from your cell phone. It's very good. We don't need a photographer all the time, like in these examples. And I just want to warn you that stock photos is a are 100% no. I used to say that like a couple of years ago, but I continue saying that please check out your if your website still have stock photos or even other profiles, just delete them and yeah, make it different. Real photos. This is what we need as a content. Show installation, show your team, show the technicians, show happy customers, make selfie with them. They love it. I do this all the time. Show before and after transformation, and every real photo becomes another proof point for your business. Video, next format of the content and your content strategy. Video may be the most underutilized content opportunity for HVAC companies because it's complicated and not everybody does it, and it's sometimes it's even maybe expensive or kind of expensive. I don't think that it's expensive. You can do video again. on using your phone. So use your phone. Just start with that. Record technicians explaining their repair, show an installation, answer a customer question, like 2 minutes, 1 minute. That's enough. That's enough to enrich your website with this video content and your socials. Authentic beats perfect. You don't have to be perfect with the video. With just start doing this if you're doing this already, or if not. And by the way, let's make it interactive once again. Drop that message in the chat, like video, or drop a yes if you use video, and no if you don't use video at all. And we will jump to the next question. This is kind of Q&A. Who should create content in your HVAC business? And this is the issue. One of the biggest mistake, I believe that owners may believe, is to create everything themselves. That's not scalable, and here's much better process. The technician records a short video, or we make an interview, or you can make an interview with the main technician or the owner. Marketing transcribes that video. AI cleans the transcript. SEO structures it. A human reviews that text and that content. Then one piece of content becomes a blog article, an FAQ, a YouTube video, a Facebook post, a Google Business Profile post, and newsletter. Even may use it in direct mail if you use that. And that's how content becomes a system instead of a project or one-time work. So you need a system, and you need just regular interviews or regular meetings with your team in order to make this content flow. And the next question is, how do we pick up topics and the right topics? One of the biggest questions. The answer is actually simple. Don't invent topics. Don't do this. Listen to your customers. This is easy. Every phone call, and you have AI right now to listen to the phone calls. Every sales conversation, every service visit, every review you're getting from your clients, from your customers, every question your technicians hear, they hear that every day. That's the content. That's the real content which you want to use, and we want to use you to use on your website and in other platforms. If one customer asks you something, hundreds of other homeowners are wondering the same thing. That's for sure. So start just structuring and documenting those questions and answering them. You'll never run out of content ideas using this technique. So use it. And another question is, can AI create content for you? My answer is yes, but not by itself. I used to, like 1 year ago, I used to say no all the time. We better don't use it. And I'm still at the same point. It's very risky. Don't do it yourself if you're not a pro with working with AI and with the content and with AI tools and so on. AI is an incredible assistant. It can help with research, with outlines, with first drafts, with editing, with summaries, and SEO optimization, and all that kind of stuff. But AI cannot replace your experience and that experience which your techs face in the fields. It doesn't know what happened on yesterday's installation. It may be seen in your CRM, in House Call Pro or Service Titan or whatever you're using. It doesn't know your customers. It doesn't know your technicians and what they feel from the market. And just use AI to make your team faster. I mean, your content team faster. Don't use AI to replace your expertise. Don't use AI to replace your content process 100%. And the next question, which we face a lot, is also like what Google says about that. Is it officially or it's not officially? So let's finish with facts. Google has repeatedly said that it doesn't rank content based on whatever it was written, whether it was written by AI or by human. And it used to say that. It used to have the message here in this example, which I'm showing right now on the in the Google Search Central, that it has to be human to human written content to human. And then they started saying like to human, and they are not against AI right now. But Google evaluates quality and originality and helpfulness. This is what we covered already. And AI does the same. And whether the content demonstrates real expertise and experience, and the same applies to AI models which are growing right now. They reward businesses that consistently publish useful, trusted information. So don't just do like that. Like if you say like, can I? Don't just ask, oh, please ChatGPT, I need an article or I need a service page, and here's my city, and here's I do a track. It will not work. If you're creating something, you just need to. I would recommend using it as a tool only, but not as a full. Um, in, I believe that we need to check ourselves. Am I creating something that is genuinely useful for my customers? If yes, that's the standard of Google and AI, and we can move forward. If no, if we just want a trick, then no, that's not our way. All right, we covered a lot today, and at this point, some of you may be thinking, okay, Daniel, where do I even start? We told that, or we discussed that already. You can start with the About Us page, and you can start with checking your website on the stock photos if you use them, or checking also your competitors, checking the structure of the website, your website structure, your city pages. And that's exactly why we created this AI visibility checklist and a 90-day game plan for you and your team. This is totally free for those who participate in today's event, today's workshop. Scan the QR code, or if it's not possible, or just make a screenshot, you can scan it later, or you can also we will send it out in your email. Inside you'll find the key actions to prioritize first, a list of useful AI prompts, the platforms you should focus on, the mistakes to avoid, and a simple roadmap you can follow over the next 90 days to play with your content and to rank your business in AI better, because AI ranks businesses and not websites anymore, as Google did. So just practical actions, and I hope it helps you to start building the process to get more visibility, more leads, and more book jobs with better content and AI SEO. If you build that, and the short promo before we jump into Q&A session. If you'd like a second set of eyes on your business, the NetRocket team is offering a 360-degree marketing analysis, totally free for today's visitors. And we look at your current content and AI visibility, and we check the local SEO results, the Google Maps presence, and the content of all of those platforms, the reviews, the AI visibility opportunities, your website, your lead generation opportunities, and your competitors snapshot. This is also we check the competitors and competition which you have and opportunities you have for your business. The goal is to identify the biggest growth actions possible for your HVAC business. Sometimes it's maybe SEO, sometimes it's reviews, sometimes it's Google ads, sometimes it's fixing the website issue that's costing you leads and money. And we'll show you where you are today and what we would focus on over the next 90 days. If that sounds useful, just scan the QR code or go to netrocket.pro/get in touch. Use the promo code capacitor, and let's talk. And a couple words about the team. This is definitely not a one-man show, not only me. There are 30 people in the NetRocket team. And behind every campaign, every audit, every website, every ranking, and every lead generation project is a team member. Our team works exclusively with HVAC contractors and home service businesses. And we have SEO specialists, we have project managers, we have marketers, we have Google Ads specialists, and content creators, developers, and designers, and CRM and automation experts. We connect the marketing and sales very actively right now. And most importantly, people in our team, they're people who understand the HVAC industry very good. We run workshops, we attend HVAC events, we talk to contractors every day. And our mission, we are on a mission. It's simple. We want to help 100 HVAC companies build their 8-figure HVAC brands and become sustainable businesses. And guys, yeah, I'd also love to stay connected after today's webinar. And I remind you, if you want to join the 8-figure HVAC brands podcast, let's connect and discuss that via socials. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just type my surname, it's Dramshev. I regularly share HVAC marketing tips, case studies, and workshops and announcements, even about this kind of workshops and AI updates. So feel free to connect. Feel free to send me a DM or ask a question later if you have them later. And yeah, and if today's webinar sparked an idea or you have an insight, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat. I chat a lot with HVAC contractors. I love it. Yeah, so let's connect. We are going to FAQ section right now. We have some time left for questions. Before we go into that section, I have a favor. If you found today's workshop useful, I'm asking you for a review. So this is what I recommend all the HVAC contractors do. When they serve their customers and the homeowners. So guys, if you found this useful, please leave us a Google Maps review. This is like the same you want your customers do for you. Just search for Network at HVAC, and you'll find we have 2 locations, one in New York and another one in Miami. And even 1 or 2 sentences saying something about HVAC marketing expertise, which we shared here today, helps a lot. And it helps more contractors discover this kind of workshops. It helps us continue creating the free educational content for you. So I thank you in advance for your reviews and support. And let's go to FAQ section. Let me check if you dropped any questions. Yeah, thank you for sharing. By the way, need to use it more. I assume that this is about the video. Definitely, we all need to use the video more and more. And guys, feel free to drop your questions. And I have some questions while you're writing them. I have some questions already to discuss. Oh, yeah. The first one. Do I still need blog articles in 2026 or even planning 2027? It's yes and no. We don't need to rely on those blog articles like 100%. And this is just a part of content strategy. And those blog articles, they have to be, again, including all the factors which we discussed in today's webinar. That's about the local experience and all the stuff which we can share, which we can like sharing pictures, photos, videos, and this unique and original experience in that blog articles. We don't need just generic blog articles and or some evergreen content. I don't know. We don't need to write about the weather in Philadelphia or North Carolina, somewhere in some cities. Only if that's something specifically. Because again, if we're talking about the San Francisco and it's in the Bay Area, the weather is very different. This is what you can use in those blog articles. And again, if you need that, if no, then better focus on something else. I'm checking the questions again. We have a question on how do you make AI content sound human? Ken Jackson, thank you for the question. And we don't need to play this kind of trick. Again, I would use AI tools, and not only one, just as a tool. Anyway, the content creator is your team, is who is in the team of content creation is everyone. I believe that this is the whole office. I think we didn't stop on this topic a lot, but this is starting from, like, we get the content from the field, we get the content from the office, and we just use the AI as a tool to make a text or to make another video. And yeah, this is the way. We don't need to try to fake that AI is like human. We just need to use it as for content creation. And the next question, I get Hannah on editing video. Do you have an easy piece of software you like to use? Yeah, we have an editor. We have several softwares which we use. It depends on which kind of videos you make. A long format videos for YouTube, or short format for for the socials. We can share that the list which we use later. We can send you a text or send you an email. But definitely, just we don't uh, we don't need to use this. We don't need to do this manually. We have a lot. Even this StreamYard platform, which we're using right now for the webinar, it then, after we finish it, it offers several pieces of short video content. So we can share our list later. Thank you for the questions, guys. Let's continue. Drop your questions if you have, and while you're sending them, I'll read another one. By the way, it's relevant to the last question. What's more important, articles or videos? Because I assume that you do videos a lot. This is why you need this editing tool. I would say that I would start firstly, I would focus on videos, because videos are more complicated. It's about filming the video, it's about scripting the video, it's about even doing it on the using the phone. It's still, I see a lot of teams where we just have the all the process, which is like everybody knows what to do, and then video is not there. Why? Because it just psychologically, and maybe even by the process, it's not possible sometimes to record the video. We need to like that process, maybe, or technicians don't like this kind of process. So maybe we need to build it somehow different if we build in that video content. But if we coming back to what's important, articles or video, I would go for video. I would build the process for video creation, video content creation, and then out of those videos we can create a lot of articles as well. Yeah, another question from Ken: does every AI generated article need to be reviewed by a technician? This is a warning sign, like beep beep, pay attention. We don't need to generate article with AI. We need to create article with technician, but using AI. Just a simple process which you can apply to in your company. Just book into calendar an interview, an 1 hour or 30 minutes interview with the technician. And this is how the content creator or content manager will have so much information about what's happening in the fields, and they can then after that create a nice and great article out of this. And this what will work the best. Guys, please, let's even make a final message of this webinar, that just don't generate content, create content using AI or using your skills, but let's create content. And just remember that, again, this should be multi-channel. There is a process behind that. Don't try to jump on everything at the very at the same time. And I have a home task for you, as usually I have. Just a second. Yeah, so before we wrap up, let me share these kind of two ideas. So I remind you that AI doesn't rank websites and doesn't rank just thin content or AI generated content. It ranks trusted businesses. So this is the big point. And Yeah, what to do next? Search in HVAC, you search the HVAC in ChatGPT, play with prompts in your area and see who is pumping, who is visible there, and check your top competitors' content. Use that checklist which I shared with you, the types of content, and check what do they have, the top competitors which who outrank your business, and what do you have, what's missing, what's the gap, and just start building this content system step by step. And guys, if you have any more questions, let's connect and just DM me. I will reply to you, and I will be happy to connect and assist you in the future. And we'll be promoting our next webinars and next meetings in our socials. So again, let's be in touch. Thank you for coming today, and see you in the next meetings, in the next webinars. Bye.